So, dudes, Astralis versus Soniqs on Bank. Azami is out of the Pro League competitive quarantine. So is Sens. This is a new thing being done moving forward to get you to actually watch. Because you probably don't watch Pro League unless you watch these videos, or at least most of you probably don't. Some of you do. Now, Azami, as far as I was concerned when she was released on the test server and when she was released in ranked, I was very surprised to see her end up going to full release without losing one of her hair. Well, she won't have to worry about it, but 2 out of 3 men will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they reach age 35. I'm getting a haircut today, and you can continue to get haircuts for a much longer time than you might anticipate with Keeps.com, the sponsor of this video. Keeps.com offers you a way to get ahead of whatever's going on the top of your head from the comfort of your computer desk. It's more than just stuff that gets sent to you in the mail. It's a 24/7 support system of prescribers, care specialists, and medical advisors, all aimed to make sure you keep the hair that you have on your head. Keeps isn't just dedicated to keeping the hair you have, it's also dedicated to making sure it looks good, and they also offer shampoos and other kinds of hair treatment products. Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off of your first order, go to keeps.com/Gregor. That's KEEPS.com/Gregor. And thanks again to Keeps.com for sponsoring this video. It seems pretty easy to deal with. You just kind of melee it 3 times, or you blow it up with a grenade. What's the big deal? Well, here's the thing. Azami can create a bulletproof barricade that has to be meleeed out or blown up. This is why Castle is very strong on this site. You can see the banana window here. Now, normally you don't want to. I've seen some people in rank do this because they think it's helping, but it's not. They just like castle off this whole thing. Bad. Don't do that. Right? Don't do that, because all it's going to do is give the attackers a way to just go, oh, cool, I can just take banana control for free because this whole wall section here is just plugged up. There's no way to contest it. They can just like walk up spiral and then boom, plant, whatever, get site control. So you want to plug up a window or 2, right, to give you something to play off of so that you can take engagements with, but you don't want to plug the whole thing. This is another good one to plug off too. You can see this. This is very common on Bank, this castle barricade. Now, I'm an attacker, and when I get on this window, what I want to do is I want to hold this angle. I want to hold this angle, fight anybody in B-bomb, and then if I can contest anybody on B-bomb, that makes sure that somebody can't play off of, let's say, the B-bomb chassis, holding this direction to keep somebody from pushing into A. Or if we're doing a B-bomb plant going through the other side of the map, if we're doing a west to east take from main lobby up spiral, then obviously you want somebody to just clear B entirely, because then you want the site to be clear so that somebody can plant the bomb. Plant the diffuser, I should say. So I see this castle barricade, and I'm like, okay, well, we ban Wumai. Now, it's not banned in this hypothetical, but let's say there's a hypothetical where it is. I'm going to ban Wumai. Jaeger ADSs are probably going to be over here in Janitor. Pretend that's an ADS. Okay, I suck at drawing. Maybe there's another one here for the vending machine player. Maybe something up here for Kanto. Right? There's lots of places you can put Jaeger ADSs. Maybe they'll put one here, right? It really depends on what the team wants. But I'm gonna, maybe have a teammate throw a stun grenade. All right, pretend this is a stun grenade. Boom. It's probably gonna get zapped, right? Zap. And then we're gonna cook a frag onto the castle barricade, or Zof charge it, Ash charge it, whatever. So now this barricade is gone, and now I have the angle, right? Nope. No, I don't. Because Azami, right, is playing on the B-bomb chassis. Right? Here's Azami. Foop! Okay? Now it's plugged up again. Okay, now what the fuck do I do? Well, I burned through my util, so now I got to get more util to clear it out. Oh, wait, I can't. I can't clear this. Right? I guess I'll just go fuck myself. Because the only way at this point, right, after I've exhausted my utility, is to repel in, right, and then probably get shot while I'm repelling in, because maybe there's an Oryx. Maybe Oryx, Edda and Nettie slammed this table or dresser or whatever, right? So then he's going to contest this angle and then shoot me as I repel in. Maybe there's a banana player a little bit further up. Maybe there's a guy here. Maybe I don't know. Right? Unless I drone it out. So this is why Azami is so good, right? Because she can react to any situation on the fly and provide bulletproof cover anywhere at any time. It's not exactly a copy-pasted version of a rank setup that you'd see for top floor bank, but you do see some rotates that you would default in this normally. That's what the Oryx does, right? You're going to see a lot of similarities to what you'd see in a rank game. You're going to see the default rotates here, right? These aren't reinforced. You're going to see some head level holes here. Pretend this is a guy shooting, right? You're also going to see some Kiba barriers lined up on. Does that look close enough? Maybe if I. Oh, I got it. Hold on. That just looks like a tie. Maybe if I hold on. I got it. Don't worry about it. Look. We'll be here. Wait. Yeah, close enough. And you don't have to overthink this, right? You really don't. Okay, if you sense pressure, if you feel pressure from somewhere, you can comfortably just like, okay, hey, they're opening up this window. All right. I don't care. I don't know, you might hear the repel noise. You might anticipate somebody swinging you. Okay? It's about wasting time. For your Kiba, boom. Done. You make them waste, I don't know, what, another 5 seconds, 10 seconds? Who knows, right? That might not seem like a lot, but all the delay that you do as a roamer does add up over time. Here's another interesting one. Oh, that looks a little glitched out. See the angle at which Iconic throws this Kiba? Okay. There's a little inlet here on the door frame, and the way that he hits it, right, it's going to project at a flat angle. If I can illustrate it for you. I'm going to throw that again. Right, flat angle, it's going to splay out at the angle at which it lands. Okay, so this is the flat surface, right? There's a corner, right? He's going to hit this. That's the corner. That's the flat surface going this way. So it's going to splay out like this. And that's going to give Iconic a very interesting angle to hold Janitor with, wherein you could do a conventional block here, right? You could just make it flat with the face of the door frame. But this way, it gives you a really aggressive angle to peek off of in case anybody tries to cross here. Wrong color. In case anybody tries to cross here. Another play here, I want to illustrate the difference between a roam that a character like Azami is going to do and a roam like a character Oryx is going to do. Okay? So here's a situation where Forrest sees a kill opportunity. He's like, okay, this is free. I'm going to go for it. All right? I'm going to take this kind of play. I'm going to take this kind of trade down on a character like Oryx every day of the week. Why? Because Oryx doesn't really bring a crap ton of utility throughout the course of the round that's really going to sway it one way or the other depending on his presence, right? He brings a gun. Your gun's going to dictate a lot of the round if you can hit those shots. But at the end of the day, the big difference between these two characters is that one of them has something that has usefulness, tangible benefits that you can see and adapt to specific situations, and Oryx is a little bit more like a blunt instrument. So in this situation, Forrest is going on a heater. He's going crazy mode. About to get 17 kills. He hears Buck, obviously. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. Now, obviously, it's going to be, most of the time in this situation, there's going to be multiple people posted up on this rappel situation here on the side of the bank building. But since nobody's ready for this one, Oryx manages to pick off the Buck. That takes care of the can openers that Buck is bringing. And that's a really powerful gun off of the board, by the way, because Kanzen is top fragging for Soniqs. So it's a trade down to a 4v4 with about a minute off the clock. And you might look at this and go, okay, like what was the point of that? It really just kind of balanced out. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be as big of an impact if somebody, like, if you go for this on Azami, you're trolling, okay? If Azami is off the board and Oryx is on the board, this kill for the buck is not a fair trade. So that's interesting, right? Because it's a crackhead play that actually has, like, big brain potential down the line, right? It looks like a crackhead play on paper, right? Like, he literally just jumps out of a window like, ooh, kill, ooh, bang, bang. Frank just jumps out of a window, okay? Like, you look at it and you're like, why the fuck would you do that? But you're doing it on a character where you don't lose, like, a lot of value, a lot of guaranteed value over the course of the round. Now, they don't have any way of knowing whether or not Kansan has can openers, but it's still it's a better trade than it would be if you did this on any other operator here. Maybe the Alibi, not so much a big deal, right? Because her utility is completely passive. But yeah, just something to think about. You know, sometimes crackhead plays aren't that crackheadish. Just don't do crackhead stuff on an operator like Azami, right? Then Parker and Pangu talk about this play a little bit.
It's exactly that. Force flying through a window, taking down Kansan. Kansan is one of those two hard breachers, as we talked about before, but he didn't have the can opener with him. So instead, all the weight is on the shoulders of Super.
You take away some verticality now, but of course, as you mentioned, you got 2 sets of breaching charges. So honestly, you can still go above your Soniqs and do the same amount of vertical damage as the bug if he was alive. Force being 17 kills, of course you can say that him trading 1-for-1 might not be worth, but Kansan has 16 too, so that really means that it's an even trade-off. And Oryx, an operator, does not bring anything to the bigger picture of this round. He can move fast and jump up hatches, but that's all you can do. So honestly, a very valuable trade for the side of Astralis here. 4v4, minute and 20 to go.
We've got the Lucy spotted on that drone, but I don't...
Okay, yeah. So if Azami had done this play, then Pangu and Parker would have been like, why would you do that? That's dumb. That's a crackhead play. But it's not. And all it took was a different character. See how crazy that is? See, every single character has unique roles and abilities to play off of under the surface. Cool, huh? But these Kibas make the gunfighting on Soniqs' side just a huge pain in the ass, right? Because then they have to funnel... right? It's not as safe to take these other engagements with time winding down, right? Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk melee, that's time. That takes time to do. So you're going to try to funnel up and take gunfights through this tiny-ass little hole, right? Through this hole. And then it's just a shooting gallery, okay? That's not... Okay, there we go. It's just a shooting gallery for Astralis. Because you got Shuttle posted up here. You got Iconic posted up here. You got Call Out still on the board. Somewhere around here, I think. Don't know off the top of my head. But at this point, you know, round 4v3, I mean, there's not exactly a lot that Soniqs can do because they didn't really get that much vertical presence, and then they just have to try to gunfight their way out of the situation. But it's too dangerous, right? It's just not advantageous for them. So it doesn't matter how good your gun skill is, right? All you got to do, just line them up. Easy peasy. And the round's over. And Azami is able to do this in a way that Castle can't. Okay? Castle sets up a static defense, and then they have to work off of that static defense. The defenders have to work off that static defense. If Soniqs decides to commit to the top 4 clear, Azami can plug up doors, windows to make that more difficult. If they pivot down to the first floor, Azami can plug up doors, right? All the pivot points that the attackers want to use, Azami can pivot to herself and play off of. So this was my favorite usage of Azami in NAL so far. Really, really excited to see how this operator plays out. Is she going to get a nerf as a result of her competitive play? I don't really know yet. It's a little bit too early to say. But common call-out dub, subbing in for DP Fire. Get the W with the coach, because the coach is cracked. Bringing it home for Astralis. Really, really big win for these guys. Super, super excited to see how they do down the stretch as well. And it's always fun to see some Azami gameplay, you know? So what's there not to like? What's there to not like about this game? Salute. Salute the man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, if you guys like this video, be sure to check out my Patreon page where I upload more of these types of videos exclusively for Patreon, exclusive breakdowns of competitive Siege gameplay. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Deuces.